from Los Angeles. This is Montserrat Radio.
In the spirit of the war against fake news, Montserrat Radio presents The Fake News Show, conspiracy news and a different point of view of current events. And now your hosts, Benny Wilson and Thomas Christian.
Good evening, and thank you for listening to the Fake News Show. Thank you and welcome. This is your host, Benny. Today I have it's going to be kind of a short show But then again, it's going to be interesting because I got breaking news. Not breaking intel, but breaking news, okay? So, before I go out with the news, before I forget, because I really have a bad memory, I forgot to mention yesterday about the dawn, so I'm going to make it very clear because I received a lot of, like 150 emails today that I did not mention about the dawn. Okay, so I want to make sure that I get this clear out. My breaking intel was that the dawn was supposed to go out against the dollar next week. That's the breaking intel I got. The dawn is... it will compete against the dollar, and basically what they're trying to do is detaching from the dollar, meaning they don't want to depend on the dollar anymore. So this is huge. I was told they're going to start next week. Today I had a meeting again with them. There was not so much information that I can share with you. Well, there is information I can share with you, but I was told not to share because things are changing rapidly. But definitely, I got a lot of information to give you today. Okay, so what I know is that they're supposed to go next week, and basically the trading will start. I believe it's going to start Monday night, and they will take it all the way to the end of the week, next week. So we might hear over the news about the dawn, the Vietnam trading, all the stuff. It will also reflect on the market, international markets, on the Wall Street market. This is just the beginning of what is coming for the dollar, okay, for our dear dollar. So it's exciting news what they gave me, and I just want to get it all the way. I'm very sorry that I did not mention that on yesterday's show, so I want to clear that up. Okay, so now I also want to mention that I want to thank that there are two people that I actually met today. One is a celebrity, and it is a very famous celebrity. And I grew up watching her show. I was shocked when she called me through Facebook. She said that she'd been listening to me since I started my show, and I was shocked. And yeah, she does have currency. She does have dinar and dong and rupiah and other currency she named. That she said that she has connections that assure her that those currencies will revalue. She's a very smart woman, and I admire her a lot. I was on the floor when she actually called me, because the moment she started speaking, I knew who she was, and I just stopped her and said, "Are you this person?" And she goes, "Yes, I am." And I was really on the floor. I was like, "My God, I can't believe it." And the beautiful thing about it is that she lives in New York, and you see, she wants to get into Bed Robot. And she asked me about Bed Robot, and she asked me about if I could help her buy the Bitcoins. And the only way that I can actually buy the Bitcoin for her was for me to do it from here in California, because Coin Mama is not available in New York. And I have done a lot of... I have been fortunate enough that many of you who are listening to me, they trust me, and they actually send your money, your currency, to my private account in PayPal, and I have delegate and spend every single cent that you guys are sending to my account. And I wanna thank each and every one that you have put your trust on me. I'm humble. I'm full of gratitude, and this was just another service that I did for her. The amazing thing is this, and I know she's listening to my show. I'm not gonna name her, because she even asked me, "Can you please just keep out the neutrality on this, and your confidence, do not mention my name at all, please. And I go, I promise you. So we start laughing. We had a good time talking for more than 35 minutes. And the thing is that I was shocked because she actually sent those funds to my PayPal account, and I thought that I was listening wrong when she goes, yeah, I'm gonna transfer $24,000. I was like, what? I said, yeah, you're gonna transfer $24,000. I said, yes. Okay, well, all right, let's do it. But she's a wealthy woman. She's a wealthy lady. And yes, I was shocked. But being an ex-banker, it doesn't surprise me. But what shocks me is people like her who, although she's very wealthy, and it is an example. What I've been saying is that just because you're gonna become rich very soon, that doesn't mean that you are gonna close your expectations and you're gonna stop generating money. That is the biggest example that I can actually give you. And too bad I cannot reveal her identity, but I wish someday she can give me her permission to actually reveal her identity so everybody can learn from her. She's a very wealthy lady. I think, if I'm not mistaken, forgive me if I'm mistaken, but I believe she's worth about $65 million, just like that. And she's generating more money to her, and good for her. Bless her. She's a beautiful woman from inside outside, and I respect her a lot. She's a very humble lady, and I'm honored that she's on my team, and that's all I can tell you. So today also I met another gentleman who is the top investor, and one company I'm going to introduce to everybody very soon. Right now, what I'm trying to do is basically negotiating how we're going to actually implement the team, my team, because we need to do it the right way, or we are going to not do it at all. So it is something that we both, we're actually 3 people. We need to actually get together and make a strategy plan so everybody can get to my team, and everybody can get a lot of money. And I'm not joking about this. All right, I want to make sure that everybody is happy in my team. So before I introduce this company, I will make sure of that. I'm going to make sure that everybody makes a lot of money. So the next thing I want to tell you is the news. So let's go to the news. Okay, I guess that was enough. So on the news, let me tell you what is very interesting on the news. What is very interesting on the news is that on Iraq, let me get to the news because I just lost it. This on Iraq, okay? There you go. Come on, load. Okay, first of all, let me talk about Trump's visit to the Vatican. And I mentioned, if you remember what I actually told you in my past shows, that you need to pay attention to Trump's visit to Israel. And many come up to me and say, why do we have to pay attention to Trump visit to Israel? What is that got to do with the RB? Okay, let me just make sure that everybody's on the same page, because probably you guys need to be either remember or need to actually get that thoughts very clear. So here we go. Now, one thing it is that not everything is about the RB, okay? But if you're gonna be filthy rich, you will really be living in a world that is in peace rather than being in war, right? So, if I tell you to pay attention to Israel, it's because there is a mystery behind it. You see, Donald Trump visited to Israel and be the only president in the history of the United States since the state of Israel was created that he visited the Western Wall, the only wall that is the most significant symbol of praying in Judaism. It is a prophecy that just passed. Donald Trump will make and will settle the state of Israel forever and will bring peace to Israel before Jesus Christ comes for the second coming. Okay? You can either believe it or you can either deny it. Because I have talked to many Christians who are anti-Israel. And many Christians who are, I'm not going to call you anti-Semite because that's probably too wrong. But anti-Israel, anti-Judaism, yes, there are many Christians who are anti-Christian, anti-Judaism. And as a Catholic, we always have believed that Israel, it is the main point of the whole thing of the second coming of Jesus Christ. And that is the reason why I respect the prophecies of King Clement, Mark Taylor, I believe her name is Jenny Johnson, and many others who have told the same thing. Even prophets in Jews prophets, okay, they have also come out and read the prophecy in their holy book, and they come to the conclusion that it was Donald Trump, the one who's supposed to do this. So I'll leave it up to you, okay? You can deny, you can reject. It's just basically that's what it is, and you will see in days to come how the world will change, okay? So you will see. I don't have to defend my point. You will see it, how everything changed so fast in a positive way. Watch. The second thing that I wanted to mention is the visit from Donald Trump to the Vatican and meet Pope St. Francis. Now, I want to make sure that everybody understands why it is this meeting so pro RB, because many of you are looking for a reason to actually be called. But like I said, not many things are for RB. Okay, not everything is for RB, but it can be benefit for the RB for the simple fact that it's gonna make our world a little bit better. Okay, so let's talk about the visit of Donald Trump into the Vatican. I'm not gonna lie about this. I know for a fact that Pope Francis don't like Donald Trump. He already has declared himself anti-Trump for many reasons. But that doesn't take away that he's also a politician. He may be the leader of us, the Catholics, and we don't follow, contrary to other religions. Although he is as a Catholic, he is the representative of God on earth. I do not follow everything a pope says. I only follow my only boss, who is Jesus Christ. Let me make sure that everybody understand that. Now, I understand that our pope does not like Donald Trump. He has said many things about him. But we know about a prophecy that is going to change the face of the United States. And that prophecy is that Donald Trump will convert to Catholicism. And this meeting is going to be very, very important. It's going to be very important because the Vatican is also a part of the elite. Okay? And they're going to negotiate the devaluation of the dollar and the exchange that will bring more than 75,000 humanitarian projects that right now are on hold because of the corrupt elite. So our Pope will negotiate with Donald Trump the way the public exchange will be executed. And what I'm giving you right now, it is breaking intel, something that I shouldn't have even mentioned on the topic of this show. And the reason is because they don't want me to tell you what is going on. And since I'm no longer obligated to keep a secret, only when I really wanted to, I'm giving it to you right now. So, I mentioned also that they want to bring the revaluation in July. Guess what's happening? Many gurus are already saying, in some of them, including my brother in Jesus Christ, John Nigel, that he believes maybe that the revaluation will never happen. Now they mentioning the number 13 as 13 years of waiting for this thing to happen. And it's going to be longer. So, isn't that part of chaos and panic? Yes, it is. That is what I've been repeating ever since 3 years ago when I came out. Why? Because I know the elite's plan. And as I told you, remember yesterday and the day before yesterday, and all this time, just watch how they're going to drag the RB all the way to July. It is happening. Was I wrong? No, I wasn't. Can it still be happening? I really doubt it. Why? Because we need to go through hell. We need to go through a storm before we see the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar. Simple as that. The prophecy says so. When things, it says it right here. Let me just repeat it. I think I deleted. When things goes as wrong, I will release all the sources. It is on the prophecy. So it means that the situation is gonna get worse. For many aspects, for many reasons. People will stop believing in this event. Okay? People will stop believing in this event. And that is the reason why I keep saying it. Keep your faith strong. Keep it strong. Pray. You can change your reality by just getting together and pray. Not to pray for getting rich, but to pray so the world can change. So all the humanitarian projects can be released. So the hunger in the world can be erased, so everybody can happily celebrate the called Jubilee that I've been saying. That's the Jubilee. Okay? That's what I've been saying to everybody. Please pray. It is important. If we can all gather together and pray, and one pray, for all the hundreds of thousands of people who are listening to me right now all around the world, if we can just make one show and pray, I can assure you, in the name of Jesus, that we can make this event happen. Because if you only knew the significance of faith, if you only can have faith the size of a little seed, you can move mountains. That is faith. If there's something that keeps me moving every single day when I wake up in the morning, it is faith. When I go down to down street and I do my business and I lose a lot of money and I do not collapse, crying, or probably going insane, is because the only thing that keeps me going, it is faith. That's the energy. That's my philosophy. I have lived in faith and miracles every single day. My mother is a miracle. I live with her for all my life. And she's a walking miracle. She didn't supposed to survive this. And she did. That's what I want you to understand this. The only one who can actually create your reality and change your reality, it is you, the one who's listening to me. You can change your reality. I will bring somebody who can really make a beautiful prayer. And I'm going to dedicate one show for that praying, very soon. I will announce it. The other thing that I'm going to bring to the attention of everybody, it is that the United States, Donald Trump, request the removal request the removal of 700 plus officers in the GOI government, meaning the government of Iraq. And the reason was because they follow the agenda of Iran. And they actually told Abadi, get rid of those politicians or we're going to take you over. Simple as that. And I mentioned to you long time ago that the government of Iraq, it is 100% the most corrupt government in the world. Didn't I say that? I did say that. I'm going to post that news on my Facebook page that proves what I've been telling you. That is not made up lie. It is confirmed exactly what I've been telling you. We all need is that Donald Trump come out and said, you either put up or I'm going to take over. And that's exactly what he's doing. That is exactly what he's doing. I mentioned that Donald Trump will benefit DRB. And that is exactly what is happening. He says, the United States going to suspend 785 officers, okay? And why? Because these officers in the government of Iraq were following the agenda of Iran, holding the RV, and they knew it, and now they're gone. They're gone. I will post that news. So as you can tell, everything is in our side. And just because they want to bring it to July, that doesn't mean that it's a delay. And I keep having a lot of people coming to me. That is not a delay. You cannot call something a delay just because it is 2 months ahead. Okay, not necessarily. It is only a strategy that they need to actually have enough time for things to change. And I keep repeating this. The revaluation of the Iraqi dinar is not something so easy to say that you just wake up one morning and said, I want to be more money than the dollar. No. It takes a lot of things to change. Not only locally in Iraq, but globally, all around the world. And they need a month. Now, why and how they're going to drag it all the way to July? When the Ramadan is going to happen? May 26th. When the Ramadan is going to end? June 26th. So as you can see, easily, they can drag it all the way to July. And one step ahead of everybody. And I'm not full of it. Because I've been accused to be full of it. If I was full of it, why there is no RB yet? If I was full of it, why these things are happening? If I was full of it, why you keep coming to me instead of being shut up and go back to your guru? There you go. This is the reason why my rates goes up and I'm going viral. Do I wish to have the fame? No, I don't. But it's time that somebody tell you the truth and confront the truth. And stop believing the bullcrap that just because the dragon family had decided to do it later, that is the truth. No, it's not. Do you see how? Do you see why the gurus have killed common sense? And they're gonna continue feeding you with this crazy nut information. Okay? So now we got in a beautiful situation. It is May 23rd, 2017. It is 5:30. And it's time for me to go on. And I will meet you tomorrow. Because I know beginning tomorrow, things are gonna go a little bit faster. For now, thank you so much for your attention. And I'll see you next time for another edition of the Fake News Show. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you for listening to The Fake News Show with Benny. See you next time for more conspiracy news, current events, and intel from the most controversial show from Montserrat Radio.